Hey guys, it's Kylie. Welcome back to my channel. And it is my first week back from getting home from holidays, vacation, and getting back into the swing of things.
Stop chasing all the city lights. Breathe me in, go on and take your bite. Count on me to make you come.
So the NaNoWrimo hangover is a real thing. We can talk about it. The last 2 weeks I haven't written anything. I still have about 3 to 4 chapters of Claymore plus a few scenes to finish before it's completely done. And I am going to be working on a few of those scenes today. So, NaNoWrimo hangover. What is it? It's a hangover from writing. It basically is when your brain goes, I'm out, and you decide that you're going to give yourself some space for a little while. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, we just spent all of October prepping and then November writing and being crazy, and your brain needs a break. So thankfully, I still have the same project to work on. That way my brain doesn't have to do too much thinking. So thankfully, I'm working on the same project this time around, because normally I finish drafts one easily in Nano, or at least the majority of it in Nano, or finish it in Nano. And this is the first year that I did a rewrite. I was a Nano Rebel. So I didn't really have to worry about new words. Of course, I wrote new words. I wrote a lot of new words. It was pretty crazy how many new words I wrote. It was insane. But also, my brain the last 2 weeks hasn't wanted to fire on writing. And this week is the first time it's kind of been like, okay, I think we can go back to it and finish, which is fine. And I really do believe that if you're not feeling it, if you're not feeling creative, I know a lot of people say, just force yourself to write, or just try a little bit. I agree with the try a little bit, but if it's really not coming and you're really having to fight for the words, just don't do it. It's not worth writing words you're going to delete later. It's not worth getting yourself upset about, and don't compare yourself to anybody else. You work at your own pace. And then maybe if you know it, like something inspirational that could get you back on track, like watching a movie, listening to a soundtrack, going for a walk, something like that, do that instead. Don't force yourself into that state. I know that sometimes we have to, but the more creative we can be freely, I think personally that's the best way to be. So I have not forced myself. My final book has come out. I'm just waiting to work on the paperback. So I am literally in that position of wipe my hands. My entire series is out. Just the finishing touches are going on it. Possibly a box set. And then we're working on the audio. And I don't plan to release anything until July. So I have 7 months to really plan my new year, which is exactly what I'm doing today. And let's forget my voice. The plague has hit my house. We brought it home, and it's here. I took the Publish and Thrive course with Sarah Cannon from Heartbreathings channel, and she did a webinar on planning your author business plan for 1 to 5 years. And today I will be going through this packet and answering some of these questions that are inside of it that are really helpful to really guide my next steps, because I have a brand new series and I want to do it right. So I published my first book 4 years ago, indie publish, and 2020 will be going into my 5th year. For those 4 years, this past year, I really had a heading. I was the most productive I've ever been because I was using the quarterly plan system. I was using my Kanban board, which is completely empty, minus the audiobooks that I'm working on. Everything for Nano, everything video-wise, everything book-wise is done. So really the only things I should put up there are finishing this Claymore book 1, and also the videos that I want to make for the remainder of December. So one of those will obviously be me showing you kind of me going through this and kind of explaining how I'm answering them, how I'm looking at this process. Because the first 3.5 years, I had done all of the things you're not supposed to do, including vanity press, which I didn't know was called that. I didn't know what it was. Virtually, I spent the first year without a mailing list, without a good website. I have a really nice one now, but I did not have a decent one in the beginning. And I missed out on a lot of reach that way. Now I have a newsletter, everything that should have been put in place prior to releasing my first book, like ARC team, alpha, beta readers, a fan page, which I had, but I didn't have the group to talk to people specifically in a little bit more detail. And I have more of an author network now, which they're gonna really come into important play, because when I hand them my books to alpha read, it's gonna be advice from an author who writes in the same genre as me, so they will be able to catch whatever I do not. So this past year, like I said, has been the most productive year of my career. I published 3 books. I wrote 5. One of them is entangled in the Claymore storyline in its own little section, which I do have to go through and revamp that one. That might be a Camp Nano project in April that I might be doing. And then the other one is a book that I am shelving for now. And one of them happens to be Claymore. And then I had 3 books. So I guess I had 6 books, wrote 6 books this year. And then I had the 3 Claymore books come out. So 3 Legend books come out this year, 5, 6, and 7. So most productive year. I've got myself really, really organized. I'm getting better with time management, which I'm really excited about. And the first 3 years, I was really pulled in different directions of following advice. Like I would get one piece of advice, and instead of thinking about it, mulling over it, taking little bits and pieces that worked the best for what I was doing, I would try to just chase it like a dog chasing a bone. And I got really distracted. I started chasing the new shiny things like the algorithms, how much money I have to spend on ads, newsletter swaps, that sort of thing. And then those aren't bad things, but I really, really needed to focus on building my platform, building my brand, building my base, which is the Legend series. And because I am a paranormal urban fantasy romance author. So it's been a learning experience. So now I want to take 2020 and just vault. And I'm not even vaulting against anybody but myself. I want to set up a plan that works. I want to set up a marketing plan, a promotional plan, because marketing and promotion are 2 totally different things. I want to set up a release schedule and also a budget plan for how I'm going to put this all into motion and not kick my household income, our household, into the ground. So I am not going to be making resolutions. I have never been one to believe in resolutions. I always say make a plan, make goals that are achievable and ones that you can check off and see your progress, will get you excited about doing more of them. And like I said, I'm just going to make a plan. I'm going to stick to it, and I'm going to be religious in my plan this year, because in this business, slow and steady is a good way to be. And I'm totally fine with being slow and steady. So I'm going to build my brand, continue to work on building my brand. I'm going to build my platform. I am going to really make myself a schedule for this year for a newsletter, 2 times a month, a newsletter, information, more interaction on my Facebook and my groups, publishing once daily to Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook because everything is attached. So I am going to be doing everything through Instagram. So follow me if you're not. A link's down below. And also, obviously, on the YouTube channel, I have a lot of plans for 2020. And I really want to make sure that they're all achievable, that I can do them and not overwhelm myself, because I do have a job at home here with the audiobooks, but also I'm a voice actress and an agented model actor, so I have many hands in a pie, fingers in different pies, but I need to have a plan. So the Publish and Thrive, the author business plan is really going to help me. I have a business plan, a rough business plan for my author and audio work together under KCS Publishing, because I was a business major. That was kind of like side by side with my equine major. I have a master's in equine business, so I have half of an MBA, half of an ag degree. So I did a lot of marketing promotions. I did a lot of entrepreneurship classes. I did a lot of strategies. I did a lot of profit and loss stuff. I did a lot of feasibility plans, marketability stuff. So I did have that in place. However, I wasn't necessarily following it because when you're on your own, it's a lot harder to be your own boss. And that is also another thing I've learned over the last 3-4 years. And this year, I think I've got it down pretty well. So another thing that I am doing this year is also looking at the following. These again are sheets from Sarah Cannon. So I have I printed these out. These are just my rough draft to work on, because if I try to do this one shot, it's never gonna work. So these are sheets that are split up into the 4 quarters of the year. And then there's a little note section back here. And this basically shows the dates, how many days are in the month. And I'm going to go through here and kind of plan out what is going to happen in each quarter. So since I'm not planning on releasing anything until the 3rd quarter, this is obviously all going to be getting ready, the books ready, the editing, the beta reading, the formatting, the audio, as well as marketing, getting set up with possibly a tour, and then promotions, promotions will be getting set up with a tour. Marketing will be budgeting for ads, because they are different. They're different. Another thing you will see me using this year starting in 2020, and I will make a video on this little happy planner right here. This is my business happy planner. So as you can see, I have the Publish and Thrive in here. This is going to be my final copy that I'm going to keep in here for myself. And then behind that, I have also a part of the Heartbreathings planner, which has the goals that I want, the top 3 goals for this coming year that I want to achieve, and then any future projects that haven't made that goal list or haven't made that list of books that I want to write. And then it splits down into the different quarters, so you can break down your future projects into the different quarters. So from there, I have a tab for release plan. Now my release plan is basically, again, a part of this Heartbreathings. Y'all just need to go follow her because she's my superhero. I love her stuff. I love the printables. I love everything. So my release plan is going to be following the project pages that she has set up. So it has project 1 and all of the different things that are needed. So from plot, rough draft, edits, publishing, total number of days to complete, which gives you an estimated time frame for each project, which is really, really helpful in planning out your year. So from there, then we break it down even further because we have to get into the minutia of it. That's just how I am. I don't know about you guys, but this is just how I work. I use her writing plan. So it has all of these different things and the goal time that you want to have it done by, and then the realistic time that you have it done by, so that you can kind of track your progress and track over the year about how you did, how much time does it actually take you to write a book to completion. And then she has the final word count and the final production time. How did I feel while writing this book, which I'm going to be more mindful of this year, and what will I change about the next book, and additional notes. So you can kind of keep a diary of how you feel about your writing process, which I think is really cool. And again, I'll have YouTube here to help track that live. Then my second tab is the budget plan, which I haven't worked on yet because I have to do breakdowns of how much, for editing, I have to break down how many words I'm writing, how much is estimated with my editor, how much the cover, I have my covers for Claymore. However, they have to be completely altered. The logo and the title page and the logos can stay. I love the logo that my cover designer made for me. Oh my gosh, it is beautiful. However, the covers that I got done 2 years ago, because this is how long I have had this project in my brains, changed completely. So I had kind of like, I got these covers and it was right in that time when inanimate objects on the cover were the hot thing to do, like, ooh, let's do symbolism. Now that it's paranormal, that ain't gonna work. So we are going to be changing that. That's gonna cost, I think, about 40 to 60 bucks each cover to change, which is nothing compared to what I actually paid for the whole 5 of them. Budget, it's very important. But that is another good thing about this series is I already have the covers. I have the ebook, the paperback wrap, the title page, the audiobook cover, the promo pictures that I want. And because I bought a package and I bought 5 covers in this package, so I already have them. All I have to do is pay a slight fee to adjust all of them, which will be nothing compared to the majority of what I actually paid for them. And then of course I have to budget out what tours I want to take with the marketing, with promotions. And then my ads, my ad budget, I'm going to start playing around with the algorithms on my own with little $5 ads here and there, and playing with the demographics, see which one hits best, and budget for that release. So next I have my marketing plan, which again will include the breakdown of the demographics, what ads test the best, that sort of thing. It's your market research type deal. And in here I have, just sitting here for now, once again, Heartbreathings, because Sarah thinks of everything, the book launch checklist, which has everything that you need to have to get ready for your release, which includes budget for paid per click ads set at, you know, your PPC, art copy sent on, pre-order, files, because I am wide, which I have to actually sit down and do this December, make everything wide. My final tab here is promotions, and right now I have just a basic little sheet that has these different little tabbies. So I have newsletter, Facebook fan, Facebook group, Twitter, Instagram, BookBub, and I'm going to add in Amazon and most likely Pinterest and YouTube, because everything connects. This is actually going to be the start of 2019, and then at the different quarters I will, so this will be the Q1 amounts. I'll have a Q2 amount probably on the back because it's a lot, and then a Q3 and a Q4, so I can track how many people I am getting or losing, because that's always a thing. You can lose people for the year. So that is my plan. Also, another part of my goal is to really get back into working out. I stuffed myself on turkey, wine, and desserts over the last week, and my body is hating on me. So that is going to be another big thing that I focus on, is my health, because it's important, ladies and gentlemen. It is important. So yeah, today I am going to get into my book. I'm going to reread a little bit of it and figure out where the best place to start. I set my word goals for the month of December at 1,500 words. That way I don't feel overwhelmed. Usually I can get 2,000 to 2,500 words easily in a day. So I figured if I set myself an even lower standard, you know, just to ease my brain back into the process, it won't hurt. So that is what I'm going to be working on for the month of December. Tell me down below what you guys are going to be working on for the month of December to get yourself ready for 2020, because guys, the 20s, we are going to live through the 20s. I am going to wear all of the cute 20s things, and it's going to be great. May or may not dress up like a flapper for New Year's. So let me know down below what you guys are doing and what you're looking forward to most in 2020, and I will catch you in the next one. One love, guys.